welcome to this tutorial. So in this part we will start continue modeling all the other parts of our chair. So we'll model the seat and the back. So to start modeling the seat, you can extract a mesh from the original mesh of the legs, or you can add another mesh. For example, I can add a cube. For example, now I need to restore the 3D cursor to the world origin. So to do that, just click Shift C to make it in the origin world. So now I need to go to the side view and start adding a new cube like this and rescale it. Scale with S, move it and scale it like this. Go to the wireframe to have better view and rescale it in X and rescale it until you get the better dimension. And I need to move it to this position like this and start moving vertices in edit mode. So like this. Move it in the normal, in the Z axis, click in Z2 times and make sure that you are in the normal. So now we need to make this line straight with this line. So I need to move these vertices, a vertex like this. Maybe I need to move it here and move this here like this to have no space here. So I don't need any space between the like this. I need to move this here and I will have the better vision. But as you see here, I need to move it here a little bit and rescale it. Move it here and rescale it. So now like this. So I have better vision. Now I have a better mesh. Now I need to apply scale. For example, apply scale. Control A, apply scale. Now I need to go to the front view, add an extra loops like this, add an extra loop here and another extra loop here. So from this I will extract the part here and extract another part from this face and extract the back from this face. So now I need to add a mirror modifier. So like this. And select our mirror object to scale and change the mirror axis to Y. So like this. Now I can extrude faces from my selection. Select all these faces here, and after clipping these faces you need to do two steps. First is to delete these faces, then enable the clipping option in the mirror modifier, then select these edges and move your vertices or edges like this and clip them together. Now I need to start extruding the back parts. So extrude it with E, go to the wireframe and extrude it here like this and extrude it here and move these vertices here. And to add this shape you need to add an extra loops like this, add extra loops like this. I need to make it straight, Control Z, and I need to add made it straight like this, add an extra loop here, add another extra loop here and another extra loop, then another extra loop here. And we need to start extruding our faces like this. The first step is delete faces, then select our edge loop and clip it together. Now we have the seat and the back finished. I need to add bevel modifier. The first bevel is weight limit method, so I need to add a bevel here and a bevel here according to my reference. So going to bevel mean weight and add bevel here and increase the segments to 6 and add another bevel which is angle bevel, but I need to decrease the amount to 0.02 and the segment to 3 to have low poly bevel. Then I need to change the geometry to touch and the shading to harden normal. Then apply shade smooth to my objects like this. If you have this shading problem, you need to enable auto smooth and it's done. Okay. Now you can also apply a weighted modifier like this to have better smoothing shading. So like this, I have my back and seat in the same time in one block. So now I need to start UV unwrapping. So start UV unwrapping. I need to follow along my references. So according to my references, I have different parts in my object. So I have this part and I have this part and they have this part also, and I have this part. I need to delete, man. What are you doing? So I have this part, I have this part, and I have this part. As you see in the references, I let the link in the description down below. So I will start to adding seams, disable the bevels to have better view, add seams here, mark seam, add seam here, mark seam, add seams here, and mark seam. Also, I need to add seams here and mark seam. Also here, add a seam here, and here, and here, and mark seam. Also for the top, I need to add a seam here and mark seam. Also here, add seam here and mark seam. Make a seam in the back, which is not appearing in the camera. Make it in the back also. Add the seam here and here, and here, and here. Seam, so like this. And I need to add another seams to here and mark seam. So think like this, everything is done. I need to make sure that my UVs are okay. So I will select all, then click unwrap, then going to the UV editing and try to apply this material to this. So select these and select the legs last and Control L, then link materials. So as you see here, I don't have any problems with the UVs, everything is okay, just problem with the rotation. So to do that, I need to go here and select all and rotate in 90°. As you see, everything is clear, just this part here, I need to rotate it. Select it all here, 90°. And this, select with L to select just the length. Rotate 90°. No, I need to go to the UV editor and rotate it 90°. And here also, select L, click L and select seam to select all the linked with seams objects. So go here and rotate it 90°. Select all and select all here in the UV editing and pack your island and make sure that the rotation are disabled. So like this, I have a clean and great UVs to my object. Like this, I will enable the bevel, and like this, you don't have any problem with the shading and I don't have any problem with the UVs. So now I will start modeling the weaker material, which is here in the seat and here in the back. So I will show you this. So I will go to my references. So as you see here, we have this weaker material in the back, and we have this weaker material in the back and weaker material in the seat. So as you see here, we have two different parts. First is this look like a curve and look like a border for our weaker material. So this weaker material, we will made it just with a PBR material. So for the modeling, it's just a plane. Then we will apply material to have these holes and look like real. So I will return to Blender and start modeling this. So I will go return to the layout. So first of all, to get this weaker of the back of the seat, sorry, so I need to enter the edit mode and select these edges and shift the duplicated and separate from the selection. Then I will go to the edit mode of the separated object and fill it with F. Then I need to move some edges, so make sure that you are in the normal. So move this in the X normal and move this in the X normal like this, and move this edge in the X normal. So now I need to have this specific corners. To have these specific corners, I need to have a bevel for these vertices. So to do that, I need to select these vertices and bevel them with Control B. And to bevel the vertices, you need to do another step, which is click after Control B, click V to bevel the vertices like this. Now we have the same shape as the reference. Now we need to give it a solidify modifier. Make sure that you have a right scale. So if you don't, apply your scale, Control A and apply your scale. So now I need to decrease a little bit the thickness. I will decrease it to 0.001 and disable the rim fill. So now I need to add this, I need to have this border. So to do that, I need to reduplicate this and separate it from the selection. I need to select the duplicated one and delete the solidify modifier from it, and also I need to delete the faces from it. I need to unhide it to have better vision. So I need to delete the faces, only the faces. So if you have this option, when you click X, so select only faces to keep up your edges here. So I need to delete this metal edge like this, delete edge. So I have just the border. So what I will do now is to convert this to a curve. So to convert this to a curve, you can go to maybe convert object, convert, and convert it to curve, or you can click with the right mouse button and convert to and curve. So now we have a curve. So when we click on the curve, we will have this object data properties of the curve. And to give it a thickness, we need to go to bevel options and give it depth, maybe 0.03. It's good. And to avoid this flat shading, we need to give it shade smooth. So like this. I will do the same thing here for the back weaker material. So as I do previously, select all these edges, Shift D, and separate from the selection. Also, I need to enter the edit mode, fill it with F, and move these edges, move this edge to the up, and this edge to the up, and this edge to this position. Then I need to bevel these vertices with Control B, then V to bevel these vertices. Then I need in this back seat, I need to do special things because you see here that this geometry are quads. I don't need it in this situation. So I need to make it its angles, sorry. And I need to make it quads. So to do that, I need to select these two vertices and click G to create face here and face here. So now I need to give it a solidify modifier, maybe solidify modifier. First of all, I need to add an extra loops because I will use it in the future with the lattice modifier to give it a curved shape. So I will give it this subdivision level. So now I need to duplicate this border, Shift D, and separate it from the selection, and go to this and convert it to curve, and go to curve, up properties, and in the bevel geometry, give it 0.03 and give it shade smooth with click right mouse button and shade smooth, and select this weaker material and give it as usual solidify modifier and make this to 1 and the thickness to 0.01 and disable the rim fill. So now I think I finished with all the materials of the with all the modeling of the chair. So in the next step, I will start adding materials to the wicker. Let me show you how to make it and edit manually with just drag and drop materials to the shader editor. And like this, I think I finished with the material and the modeling of the chair, back and seat and leg. And the next step, we will focus on this small object. And next, we will adding lighting studio and so on. And see you in another videos. If you like the video, hit subscribe, like and comment, and share it with your friends. And see you in another videos. Salam.